Flipping. The economics of speed and perception. The act of flipping through a phone screen, searching for undervalued objects to resell, is not merely a form of trade. It is a condensed reflection of 21st century capitalism, acceleration, access, and asymmetry. The process appears simple: buy low, sell high. Yet beneath that simplicity lies a profound shift in how individuals relate to value, time, and technology. When a person conducts flipping entirely from a mobile device, the boundaries between labor and leisure collapse. The phone becomes an instrument of both consumption and production, an interface through which economic intuition operates in real time. Every scroll becomes a decision. Every message is negotiation. The efficiency of flipping is not born from luck, but from the intimate synchronization between the mind and the machine, a new kind of cognitive capitalism where attention itself becomes the primary currency. The first principle of mobile flipping is information asymmetry. Value emerges when one participant knows what another ignores. The digital environment amplifies this principle. A single overlooked listing, a mispriced collectible, or a product described poorly can become a micro-opportunity. The phone allows immediate action: photographing, listing, pricing, and promoting within minutes. In this system, speed is not only an advantage, it is a philosophy. The faster the cycle turns, the shorter the distance between discovery and monetization. However, flipping is not about chaos or randomness. The experienced flipper constructs a system of observation. Categories, markets, and timing form the triad of precision. One must study price fluctuations, analyze audience behavior, and understand micro-trends within platforms like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or local resale apps. The real skill is not in guessing what sells, but in detecting why something is momentarily undervalued. This momentary undervaluation is the temporal window through which profit escapes, a small luminous crack in the structure of collective perception. To master flipping, one must understand why value hides. Sometimes it hides because of ignorance. A seller does not know the worth of an object. Sometimes it hides because of context. An item that is useless in one location becomes essential in another. Sometimes it hides because of timing. The market has not yet remembered the nostalgia or trend attached to that product. Thus, the flipper functions as a temporal translator, moving objects from the time where they are unnoticed to the time where they are desired. Mobile flipping transforms time into liquidity. Every idle hour becomes potential energy. The waiting room, the bus ride, the sleepless night. The screen compresses opportunity into minutes. What once required capital, logistics, and a storefront can now occur entirely within the ephemeral architecture of applications. The new entrepreneur does not own a warehouse. They own attention bandwidth. That is the true digital property, the ability to detect opportunity faster than others. Yet the essence of flipping is not greed. It is pattern recognition. It rewards those who can see coherence in chaos, who recognize the subtle signs of demand before they become visible to the mass. For example, an obsolete smartphone model may suddenly regain desirability because of a viral video or a collector's wave. The flipper does not create the trend, but anticipates it, functioning as a sensor of emerging collective desire. The process follows a rhythm: search, acquire, present, relist, and reinvest. Each step mirrors cognitive stages: perception, judgment, communication, exposure, and repetition. The efficiency of flipping depends on the removal of friction, both technical and psychological. Listing templates, automated replies, and pre-saved descriptions reduce the latency between action and result. Through repetition, the flipper reaches a meditative state of economic flow, where movement replaces hesitation. The phone, glowing in the hand, becomes a small personal stock exchange. At a philosophical level, flipping exposes the fragility of modern value. An object worth $10 can suddenly become worth $100 if framed with different lighting, described with different words, or targeted toward a different demographic. Value is not intrinsic. It is narrative. The flipper manipulates these narratives consciously, transforming objects into stories that sell. The camera angle, the description tone, and the color balance of a photo become tools of persuasion, micro-aesthetics that construct belief. There is also an ethical dimension. Flipping often raises questions about fairness. Is it exploitation to buy low from the unaware? Yet this question assumes static value systems. In reality, flipping does not steal value. It reveals it. It brings dormant potential into circulation, making forgotten objects visible again. The act of flipping reactivates the economy of attention, the hidden marketplace of discarded meanings. Flipping through the phone also teaches minimalism and agility. The most successful mobile flippers operate with almost no physical storage, relying instead on just-in-time logistics. They understand that owning less allows faster turnover. Each transaction is not only profit, but liberation, a reaffirmation that speed, not accumulation, defines digital wealth. Still, flipping is not merely about the transaction. It is about the transformation of perception. It trains the mind to see possibility where others see clutter. The flipper's gaze becomes analytical, aesthetic, and opportunistic all at once. In this sense, flipping is a philosophy of observation, an art of extracting value from the overlooked. As the world accelerates, flipping becomes a symbol of adaptive intelligence. It proves that with one device and one day, value can be generated from information and intuition alone. No laptop, no team, just one phone and 24 hours. The rest is clarity, precision, and motion. Affiliate links, the architecture of digital trust and conversion. To earn through affiliate links using only a phone is to participate in one of the most refined systems of invisible commerce. The act seems simple: share a link, earn a commission. Yet beneath this simplicity lies an intricate network of psychology, algorithmic design, and the commodification of credibility itself. Affiliate marketing is not merely selling, it is the translation of trust into transaction. When executed entirely through a phone, the process becomes even more intimate. The screen is no longer just a portal, it is a personal megaphone. Every touch, every story shared, every short video becomes a micro-act of persuasion. The affiliate does not own the product, but owns the narrative around it. The value chain is psychological: awareness, curiosity, trust, action. The phone allows these 4 steps to occur in seconds, closing the gap between intention and purchase. The foundation of affiliate marketing rests on 3 intertwined pillars: attention, authenticity, and algorithms. Attention determines reach. Authenticity determines conversion. Algorithms determine visibility. Together they form a silent contract between human cognition and machine systems. The affiliate's role is to harmonize these forces, to align human emotion with machine logic. Attention is the first currency. In a digital ecosystem where billions of posts compete for seconds of human focus, attention has become more scarce than money itself. The phone user who masters attention becomes a micro-influencer, regardless of scale. The mastery lies not in shouting louder, but in speaking clearer, in crafting messages that cut through digital noise by offering relevance, timing, and emotional alignment. Authenticity is the second pillar. Unlike traditional advertising, affiliate links thrive on perceived sincerity. The modern consumer distrusts overt marketing, but seeks connection. Thus, the affiliate marketer must position themselves as a guide, not a seller, a user, not a promoter. The most profitable recommendation is one that feels uncalculated, a digital whisper, not a billboard. The phone, with its personal camera and informal tone, enables this intimacy. Through handheld storytelling, the affiliate transforms into a trusted peer. Algorithms are the unseen architects. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube govern visibility through mathematical hierarchies of engagement. To succeed, one must study these invisible grammars, understanding how timing, keywords, sound, and interaction loops feed algorithmic preference. The affiliate's success depends not only on persuasion, but on algorithmic fluency. Knowing when and how to post is as important as what to recommend. In economic terms, affiliate marketing converts influence into revenue flow. Each click becomes a measurable pulse of trust. The individual no longer sells time for wages. They sell belief for commission. This transformation represents a major philosophical shift. Capitalism has migrated from material production to symbolic production. Value is no longer built in factories but in timelines. The affiliate link is the new assembly line, invisible, mobile, and emotional. To understand the mechanics of this system, one must analyze the conversion funnel. It begins with exposure. The user sees content, then comes engagement. Curiosity forms, then trust, belief in the recommender. Finally, action, the click and purchase. Each layer narrows but deepens. The art of affiliate marketing lies in reducing resistance between these layers. Visual clarity, emotional resonance, and consistent presence dissolve hesitation. Affiliate success is rarely about having millions of followers. Instead, it emerges from micro-communities, niche audiences that share a specific interest or worldview. The phone allows instant creation of such micro-ecosystems, a Telegram group, a WhatsApp list, a small Discord channel. Within these digital circles, the bond is personal and reciprocal. A recommendation feels like advice, not manipulation. Here, the affiliate's income is directly proportional to their credibility capital. Credibility, however, is not static. It must be nurtured through transparency, tone, and repetition. Overselling or misleading once can erode months of trust. Therefore, ethical persuasion becomes both a moral and strategic choice. The sustainable affiliate treats honesty as a form of long-term branding. In this sense, integrity becomes monetizable, not as virtue signaling, but as consistent predictability in an age of deception. The phone as a tool amplifies the human element. Its immediacy creates what can be called mobile intimacy, the sense that communication is occurring in real time, from one palm to another. This immediacy shortens cognitive distance, making calls to action more potent. A well-crafted message, recorded in natural light, whispered with calm conviction, can convert faster than a polished studio advertisement. Emotion scales authenticity. From a technical standpoint, affiliate success involves a balance of content velocity and data feedback. Each post, click, and comment produces analytics, a mirror reflecting what resonates. The affiliate who studies metrics on their phone learns to adapt. When to pivot topics, when to double down, when to simplify. Data becomes intuition's twin. The most advanced affiliates blend algorithmic data with emotional sensitivity, half analyst, half empath. Yet behind all this lies a deeper phenomenon, the virtualization of commerce. Affiliate links detach the act of selling from the physical act of owning. The phone becomes a portal of monetized suggestion. One recommends products never touched, reviews experiences never had, yet still creates real revenue. This paradox illustrates the shift from tangible labor to informational influence, a phenomenon defining the digital epoch. But why does it work? Because humans are narrative creatures. They buy not objects, but meanings. They seek affiliation, identity, validation. Affiliate marketing converts these psychological desires into economic action. The link becomes a bridge between belonging and consumption, the invisible handshake of modern commerce. At a philosophical level, affiliate systems expose the evolving nature of truth in commerce. A recommendation from an algorithm carries no moral weight, but a recommendation from a person does. Thus, the future of marketing lies not in automation, but in human presence amplified by automation. The affiliate's voice gives emotional dimension to machine-generated visibility. In this synthesis of human emotion and algorithmic scale, the modern digital entrepreneur is born. The affiliate marketer, armed only with a phone, operates at the frontier of decentralized capitalism. No warehouse, no inventory, no employees, only perception, timing, and communication. Each link shared is a test of resonance. Each sale is a mirror reflecting cultural trends. Profit, in this sense, is not extracted but translated. converted from collective attention into personal value. To make $1,000 in one day through affiliate links is not merely a feat of marketing efficiency. It is a demonstration of cognitive precision. It requires awareness of psychological triggers, understanding of audience rhythm, and mastery of platform language. The phone in this scenario is not a limitation, but a liberation, a compressed studio, office, and analytics lab in one device. Ultimately, affiliate marketing symbolizes the redefinition of labor in the digital age. Work no longer means presence in space, but persistence in relevance. The affiliate link, glowing on a small screen, embodies this transformation. Proof that today, economic value can be created from a single human voice, amplified through glass and code. No laptop, no team. Just one phone and 24 hours. The architecture of digital trust is mobile, human, and infinite. Microservices. The fragmentation of labor and the power of instant expertise. The economy of microservices represents the final stage of digital condensation. The compression of labor into minutes, skill into code, and reputation into ratings. To earn through microservices using only a phone is to navigate a new ecosystem where work becomes modular, frictionless, and continuously measurable. The phone is not merely a tool of communication here. It is the entire factory, office, and marketplace compressed into one glowing rectangle. In traditional economies, work was bound to space and duration. Factories, offices, and workshops defined productivity by hours and presence. In the microservice economy, productivity is measured by response speed and client satisfaction. The metrics are psychological as much as technical. Agility, empathy, and clarity become quantifiable assets. The faster the task is accepted, completed, and delivered, the higher the ranking. Reputation replaces hierarchy. At its core, a microservice is a unit of human capability. It could be a short video edit, a caption rewrite, a logo sketch, a translation, or a data cleanup. Anything that can be performed within a small window of time and delivered digitally. Each service exists as an atomic particle of the new labor universe. The aggregation of these particles forms an ecosystem of infinite specialization. The reason this model thrives on mobile devices is simple: immediacy. The phone collapses all barriers between offer and demand. One can open an app, accept a request, and deliver a finished product without switching contexts or locations. The entire supply chain of creativity now fits in a palm. Mobility is no longer a constraint, but a multiplier of productivity. Microservices redefine expertise. In traditional professional structures, expertise demanded years of certification and institutional validation. In the mobile gig economy, expertise is verified through performance frequency and client feedback. Each completed microtask becomes a public record of reliability. The phone converts skill into reputation through visible evidence, ratings, stars, and testimonials. This system generates both empowerment and fragility. On one hand, anyone with minimal skills and connectivity can monetize knowledge instantly. On the other hand, competition compresses prices and accelerates burnout. The paradox of freedom is speed. The faster one can work, the more one must. The digital marketplace rewards momentum, not rest. To understand microservices is to understand the disassembly of work. A task once handled by a team can now be divided into dozens of microtasks distributed globally. Each contributor participates for minutes, adds value, and exits. The phone becomes the dispatch terminal of distributed intelligence. In this ecosystem, labor resembles data packets, routed, processed, and recombined. The economic logic behind microservices can be described as granular capitalism. Value no longer accumulates through ownership, but through iteration. Each completed microtransaction is a microproof of competence. Over time, these proofs aggregate into digital credibility. Reputation becomes currency, portable across platforms. A freelancer with high-trust metrics can migrate easily from design to consulting, from transcription to coaching, using the same phone interface. From a psychological perspective, Microservice work cultivates hyperfocus. The worker learns to condense creativity into narrow time frames. There is little room for procrastination. The phone's notification rhythm dictates the pulse of productivity. Each vibration signals potential income, each message an opportunity. Yet this same rhythm introduces cognitive fatigue, a condition unique to the mobile worker who is perpetually both online and employed. The ethical dimension emerges when considering visibility. Microservice workers are often invisible behind interfaces, performing the micro-tasks that keep the digital economy operational, moderating content, tagging data, proofreading text, coding fragments. Their labor is omnipresent yet unacknowledged. The phone functions as both gateway and mask, enabling freedom while concealing the face of the worker. Despite its anonymity, microservice labor democratizes access. A student in a remote region, a parent caring for children, or a traveler between cities can all participate equally. All that is required is connection, competence, and consistency. The barriers of geography dissolve. The new borders are linguistic, cognitive, and algorithmic. The economy becomes meritocratic, at least in theory. But beyond economics lies a deeper transformation, the philosophy of micro-autonomy. Every completed task affirms self-agency. The mobile worker becomes a sovereign unit of production, self-contained, self-advertising, and self-improving. The smartphone is both mentor and marketplace, constantly reflecting metrics of performance. This real-time feedback loop creates a new consciousness of efficiency. The microservice model also redefines collaboration. Instead of teams working synchronously, networks of independent contributors operate asynchronously, connected through platforms that coordinate tasks automatically. Artificial intelligence assigns, tracks, and validates results. The human contribution becomes precise and minimal, yet indispensable. Each person contributes a micro-spark of cognition to a macro system of intelligence. To earn $1,000 in 24 hours through microservices requires an orchestration of speed, segmentation, and visibility. The phone user must combine multiple roles: marketer, operator, analyst, and communicator. Automation tools, pre-saved templates, and rapid response scripts transform the interface into an extension of thought. In this economy, efficiency is not mechanical, but cognitive. The ability to move from idea to action without hesitation. Yet efficiency alone is insufficient. The most successful mobile freelancers understand the importance of aesthetic presentation. Profile design, service description, and response tone influence conversion rates. The interface is theater. Every text line, every emoji, every reply is performance. Trust and professionalism are communicated visually before competence is tested. The economics of microservices can be summarized as many small certainties replacing few large uncertainties. Traditional employment offers stability but limits flexibility. Microservice work reverses the equation. It offers endless flexibility but demands constant renewal. The worker becomes both brand and business. Every completed gig is a new advertisement for the next one. In philosophical terms, microservice culture symbolizes the fragmentation of identity. The worker is no longer defined by a singular profession, but by a portfolio of transient roles. 1 hour a translator, the next hour a voice actor, the next a digital assistant. The phone becomes the mirror reflecting these shifting identities. Still, within this fluidity lies empowerment. The worker gains mastery over time allocation, over choice of tasks, over the rhythm of labor. They may work in a park, a cafe, or a train station. Geography dissolves, replaced by attention and connectivity. Freedom, once physical, becomes informational. From a socio-technical perspective, the rise of mobile microservices indicates a broader trend: the decentralization of expertise. Knowledge no longer flows top-down from institutions, but horizontally between individuals. Tutorials, peer feedback, and client reviews form a distributed education system. The phone is both school and workplace. Every project teaches, every rating evaluates, every conversation instructs. Ultimately, microservices demonstrate that wealth in the digital era is not extracted, but accumulated through motion. The faster one adapts, learns, and delivers, the more value circulates. The phone user who learns to merge automation with empathy, precision with creativity, becomes the archetype of the new professional. Mobile, autonomous, and infinitely scalable. No laptop, no team, just one phone and 24 hours. The microservice economy is not a side hustle. It is the prototype of post-industrial intelligence,